Hey guys, this is a bit of an add-on to the video I made the other day. I just thought that video which I made, it was a little bit too, it went a bit too quick over some of the DVDs that I had. So I might just do a bit of a recap. So the first one there was American Graffiti, which is a 1960s sort of movie, well set in 1960s. Directed by George Lucas and Francis Ford, starring Harrison Ford, Richard Dreyfuss, Ron Howard, and a few other people. Yeah, it's just everywhere. It's very Americana sort of. It's basically just about I think it's 4 or 5 teenagers just before they go off to college, and just about what happens over their night, and they have their own little storylines, and it all come together. Definitely worth a check out. That's the first one. Other one there is part 2 of that. That one there has got the first and second movie in it. Basically, the second movie just takes a few years later, just about what happened to them. Some of them got married, and one's a famous hot rod racer. One goes off to war. Yeah, so the second one's not quite as good as the first one, but it's still worth a watch. Chopper, it's based on a true story about Brandon Chopper Reed, called Chopper because he liked to chop people's toes off. He was a bit of a criminal back in the 90s, 80s and 90s here in Australia. But he's a bit of a stand-over man, so he used to, try to get money out of people and torture people, and it's based on a true story. It's about a real guy. So that's a good movie. It's a bit short, but for someone's life story, you sort of want you want to sort of find a bit more, don't you? But it's hard to try and cram everything into an hour and a half or whatever it went to. So that's a good watch, that one. A few horror ones. Some of the Wishmaster and the Wishmaster Returns. Or the other area, sorry. That's just it's a bit of a sort of a cheap, low budget horror movie, which was one of my favourite ones. I just like the main character. He's a bit of a nice voice, nice deep voice. Just basically I think he calls all the jinn, a bit of a demon, and so he grants people's if you release him from his tomb, then you get wishes. But of course, obviously he gets his soul, gets your soul if you make the wish, and obviously you make the wish, and obviously you twist the wish around to find a way to make you die somehow, or some unfortunate thing happens to you. A few animated ones. The Terminator. Terminator. What am I saying? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, the new one, which I thought wasn't a bad movie. I was quite surprised. I thought it was going to be normally when they make later movies of popular movies or popular TV shows, they normally don't make it very well. But this is actually quite good animation. The storyline was pretty good. This is the tin. So I'll just see what's actually in the tin. So what have we got in here? I've got the DVD, obviously. Back there, it's got a little postcard there, I think. It came with free cinema tickets, which I thought was pretty cool. I never actually used it. I don't actually. Well, I live for an hour and a half away from a village cinema, but I didn't bother, trying to cash that one in. So it's in the box. Put that back in. Okay, now Star Chaser, Legend of Orin. Another 80s, 84, I think, animation it was. Which I found a lot of good things about. It wasn't bad. I watched it a few times. I just find towards the end of the movie I start to drift off and just lose a bit of interest in it. But it's good, old style animation there. It's essentially about I think these people are sort of enslaved, and they're underground and got to mine all the they're forced to mine these jewels which get passed up to the above, which you can't go above because it's that's where all the bad things are. But eventually the main character, he eventually breaks free and ventures up top to see what's happening, and finds out they've been told lies about how bad is up there and stuff like that. Okay, there's another sci-fi classic one. It's got, you know, Superman. Well, you know, just old, really old animation. TV shows, obviously, from Japan and all over the world. It's not, some of them are not particularly good quality. Very interesting. There's actually one on here. You know, have you ever seen that that 50s video they sort of made back in the 50s about the over in America about the you know, nuclear war and stuff. If you know was it duck and cover or something? You know, if you got to, you know, if the nuclear bomb gets dropped near you, if you just, you know, jump under the desk and put your hands over your head, then you'll be safe from the fallout. Which is a load of crap. But you know, a government video which is, you know, passed around to all the schools to, you know, warn kids on, if you hear, you know, the nuclear bomb's going to hit you, you know, duck and cover and under a wooden desk, which is really going to save you. Not a few other animated ones. The Part Labour movie. That's the second one. That's the third one. I got the first one. I think I got a copy of that somewhere. That's it. It's good. Yeah. The second one's, the first and second one are pretty good. The third one was good, but better animation, I suppose, on that one. But I didn't like the storyline as much. Just about, you know, basically, you know, robots. You know, police force that, you know, they run around in these robots, and, you know, which is pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of, you know, robot sort of movies, I guess, but it's good storyline, good characters, and good animation. That's the first and second and third movie. Then we've got the TV show Part Labour, which is another good TV show, which is a bit hard to find. I think that one. I think that's the first series, I think. And then I bought another TV series of that one. Yeah, this one basically just another TV show, but it's sort of, I watched the first episode, and they've basically just started from scratch again. So they're sort of reintroducing the characters again, which was, you know, I've already seen it in this one. Why would I want to get a reintroduction on this other one? It's a bit, it's really weird. Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, which is pretty good. I don't. It's a bit CGI. I'm not a huge fan of CGI. It's not all CGI, but some of it's handwritten, hand drawn, and others are a bit, you know, yeah. But it's good storylines. That one. A few TV shows. Brushstrokes, which I said was probably one of my favourite TV shows. Essentially about a guy called Jacko, who's a bit of a ladies' man. He works as a painter. Basically, you know, how he gets on with his boss and his friends, and he works with his brother-in-law. He's another painter too, so they go out and, you know, paint houses, and just about basically his Jacko's wife. He's, you know, when he meets all the ladies, and it's a comedy. It's a good band back in the 80s, I think it was 84, I think it was, to the early 90s. Yeah, between 1986 and November 1986. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So if you find that one, it's a good show. I think it's the first 1 and 2 series. That one. I think they haven't released the rest of them yet, but it's pretty good. We've got Wind in the Willows box set, which is sort of stop animation. Very good TV show. This one, if you've never actually seen it. I thought this was going to be like the complete series, but it's only got a few. It says it's like the 4 seasons. But it's only got a few episodes on each. I think there's 4 discs in there. But it's only got a few episodes on each disc. So hopefully, I've seen like a full one that says it's got all the episodes, but it's been in region 2 and been rather expensive, and I haven't had a chance to find that one out. The Freaks and Geeks TV show, which is another good one. So as I said before, you know, it's got Linda Cardellini in it, Jason Segel, How I Met Your Mother, Seth Rogen, who's in a lot of good movies, James Franco, who's in the Spider-Man movies and a few other good ones, John Francis Daly, who's in Bones, It's essentially about, it's called Freaks and Geeks. So these are the freaks and these are the geeks. And basically, sort of storylines basically sort of split down the middle, basically. Talking about the freaks and the geeks and how how their lives are. They're kind of Carlini's and his character. They're brother and sister. So, but it's a pretty good show. Made back in set back in the 1980s. It's about sort of teens growing up, and it's a really good show though. Well written. It's also got Busy Phillips in it as well. Who's what's that show? The Cougars show, whatever she is on it. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, good show. You should check that one if you can find it. A few Blu-Ray movies there. The Dead Space, which is basically on based on the game, I assume. She's got sort of so a lot of people didn't seem to like the animation in that one. They thought it was a bit rough, but I thought it was really I thought it was really good animation. But I suppose I like maybe some of them are a bit grainy and a bit. The animation's a bit like if you've ever seen the Animatrix and that short about the boy on the skateboard. How he's sort of dancing, or not dancing, but sort of skating through the school, and how it's all really sort of the animation's all sort of broken up and blurry and choppy, and so it's similar to that, but it's a bit better animation, but it's same sort of style as that. That was a good movie. I was quite surprised with that actually. Then there's Inferno. It's essentially about I think a guy goes off to war. I think this is right. He goes off to war and he does. He leaves his girlfriend behind, and he comes back after the war's finished and find out that she's been murdered, but apparently it's all because of him, because he's done such horrible things away when he was at war. So he basically goes to hell to try and rescue her. It's called the 7 stages of hell. He basically sort of goes through greed, lust, gluttony, or whatever the other ones are. I've only watched it like I think it was the other week or something, so I should watch it again. I'm a bit hazy on the storyline on that one, but that's a good one. I think that's out I think at the moment. I just wanted to go back and just do a bit of a recap on just some of the movies that I sort of skipped past. So I hope that was informative for you. If you have any questions or I've skipped over one or you want to know a bit more about, make a comment or something. So that's it. Cheers.